Hi. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Emily Penton, and 4 years ago today, a miracle happened. 4 years ago today, I was just paralyzed by debilitating mental illness. I had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I had been working with a psychiatrist for 8 years. I was on, at my most, I was on 900 milligrams of lithium, 80 milligrams of Prozac, 80 milligrams of Adderall just to get out of bed every day, and Ambien to sleep every night. And what was just around the corner was even worse. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and I couldn't walk without an assistive device. I had delayed and slurred speech, and I had more significant brain fog than I even had with the mental illness. I had no hope. There was no light at the end of my tunnel. All there was this pitch black tunnel. And I thought that I was broken. I thought that there was no reviving me. There was no improving broken. I was done. And for some reason, I was gifted an incredible miracle. And someone told me about the carnivore diet. And I don't say the carnivore diet is the be-all, end-all, but it's a tool. It's an incredible tool. What it did for me was I was able to do an elimination diet where I removed the things that were causing me the problems. I removed the sugar and the processed foods and the carbohydrates. And so it's not necessarily about what I am eating, it's about what I'm not eating. And I was a sugar addict. I was a binge eater. Whenever I would make chocolate chip cookies, I would cook 2 batches so that I could eat the dough of one batch and then I could eat the cookies of the other batch. I would eat entire pizzas by myself. I would eat ice cream right out of the carton, donuts by the dozen, and I was insatiable. I could not stop eating. I had to eat every 2 hours. And I would even have peanut butter or nut butter on my nightstand, or even sometimes a carton of, or a container of icing on my nightstand, so that if I woke up in the middle of the night, I could eat a couple of tablespoons and then go back to sleep. I was an addict, and I was mentally ill, and I had autoimmune disease, and nothing was getting better. And then my brother told me about the carnivore way of eating, and he sent me the book from Amber O'Hearn. And I learned about her story that 10 years prior, she resolved bipolar disorder. And so I really get kind of tripped up sometimes when I think about this, because what if? What if my brother just didn't bother? What if he didn't tell me about carnivore? What if Amber O'Hearn didn't write that book? What if I didn't have the 4-minute mile of Michaela Peterson resolving her mental illness and her autoimmune disease to keep me fighting through MS? What if I had just said, okay, this is me, I am broken? But I didn't. And I'm so grateful that today I'm able to be completely symptom-free of bipolar disorder, symptom-free of multiple sclerosis. And thankfully, I haven't had any medication for multiple sclerosis, and I was able to taper off of all of my psych meds in 2019. And I am so grateful, because at that point, 4 years ago, I was either going to end up in the psych ward, end up in the nursing home, or I was going to take my life. And I didn't. I didn't. All I did was eat a steak. All I did was remove the sugar and the processed foods. So I know that your family member or friend or you feel hopeless and you feel like there's no point, why even try? What if all it took was you telling them about this, telling them about my story? What if that's all it took? And they were able to make a change. They were able to stop eating the sugar and the processed foods and to eat fatty animal meat. It's all about the fat. And I didn't mean to, but I lost 120 pounds. Oh my gosh, I've completely changed my life in 4 years. What would it look like in 4 years for you if you're in the pit of mental illness hell right now, of autoimmune disease, of binge eating, of being overweight? What if you just tried this? What if you just gave it 30 days? Who knows? It's worth a try. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for celebrating with me. Today is my 4-year carniversary, and I am so excited to let you guys know that I have a free Saturday food support group. It's every Saturday, and we get together and we talk about these things. We talk about these stories, and we support each other. So go to emilypenton.com and look for the link for the Saturday food support group, and join me, because you're not broken. You're brilliant, and the best is yet to come. Thanks.